Hey everyone, welcome back to the My Team series and to the second race of the second season. So we decided to do some more aero upgrades and we went with a rear wing upper flap. And I was umming and ahhing about whether to rush it or not, and I think in the end I decided to not rush it, and that should come after the Vietnam Grand Prix. Fingers crossed that doesn't fail. We also decided to upgrade the engine cover, which hopefully should come after the Vietnam Grand Prix as well. And we also spent some money on the Aerodynamics facility and increased the build time, or decreased the build time rather, which is good. It just means we should be able to get more aero parts through this season, hopefully. And as always, let's check out the performance index and anything new. I mean, obviously we've had quite a big jump, so we're much closer to Ferrari and AlphaTauri. Red Bull's also had a little bit of jump in the second place. Renault and McLaren have both jumped up a little bit. But yeah, overall, I don't think that's actually affected the ranking at all. So it stays the same as it was before, which means that it's going to be fairly easy for us to get our Q1. Q2, getting into Q3 may be a little bit more tricky, but we'll see what we can do. All right, so let's head to qualifying at the Vietnam Grand Prix. Alright, so here we are in the garage, and we actually decided to wait quite a while actually to go out for our first run. So yeah, so here we are coming around the last couple of corners and starting our flying lap now. So we've got about just under 9 minutes to go. Vietnam, yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see this track now. And it was the first time, I think it's supposed to be raced last year, which is obviously why it's in this game. And yeah, I'm not really sure if we'll ever see it again, as I was saying, because they've kind of cancelled it as it had some sort of fraud or something going on with the what do you call it? People that organise, the organisers of the racetrack. There was something dodgy going on there. But yeah, a lot of people don't like this track, but I actually quite enjoy it. I think it's quite cool. The three sectors are totally different. As we're just about to start Sector 2, which is just a long straight. And then Sector 3 is quite windy and very like sort of SE-like. And then Sector 1 is very sort of curvy, long, forever-ending, never-ending sort of turns, which is strange. So yeah, all three sectors are very weird. And a very strange track layout as well. But yeah, I generally quite like it, and I've been yapping away. And I've no idea what we're actually doing. So we've done a 106 in the first two sectors. No idea if that's good. And we're just about to start the really technical part of the track going through the S's. Oh, we've actually hit the wall there. And that is damaged our front wing. So we are definitely going to have to abort this lap, as we're going to go straight into the pits. And just looking at that again, so here we go through Sector 3. Oh, I just turned in way too early and we knocked the front end plate off there. And you saw it go flying. And that is our first attempt over. So obviously changing the front wing isn't too bad. It only takes like a minute and a half or so. But yeah, looking at the where we are, obviously we need to do, what's Kvyat done? So Kvyat's 15th, he's done a 1:35.2, which I think should be doable. Obviously Kvyat is our teammate, so if he can do that, you would like to think that we could do that? I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're aiming for, around a 1:35.2. So let's get back out there. Alright, so let's try that again, shall we? Trying to get our first flying lap in, at the second time of asking. And yeah, I actually quite like this track. I'll try and walk you through a little bit, I'll do my best. So we brake around 100 metres down to gear 2. Then you want to short shift up through the gears, just so you can get the traction down. As this corner feels like it goes on forever, then you want to cut it a little bit. And then you want to cut this curb as much as you can without bottoming out. So what I mean by that is like sliding along that curve is actually slow. But you kind of want to cut that as much as possible because you can get the car straight and just floor it as quick as possible. You can kind of cut this inside of the chicane on both of them. Then you kind of want to go as wide as possible. I should have gone wider there really, so then you can straight line this as quick as possible. Because if you get a good exit there on that corner that does literally go on for ages, if you get a good exit, you'll be rapid down here, which is probably the most important part of the track. Because if you're quick here, well, if you get a bad exit, you'll lose so much time going all the way down to Sector 2 pretty much. Again, around 100 metres, want to break down to gear 2, extra 1 if you really need to get the car rotated more. Had a little bit of a moment there, so you can lose the rear if you don't if you're a bit too aggressive on the power, but you can upshift a little bit to try and, what's the word I'm looking for? Eradicate that, I guess. Through the S's, just go as quickly as you can. Try not to hit the walls, though it's very easy. You can cut that a little bit. I cut that a bit too much out curb, and it kind of pushed me out wide. And then here down to gear 2, try not to hit the curb as it will send you wide. And same here, try and turn it as late as possible as you can, slightly off the power and over the line, and we have done a 134.6, which should be good enough to get us through. And it put us 15th, so good job there, Jumbo, good job. So yeah, there we are, P15, just ahead of our teammate Danny Kvyat, who is actually quite a bit slower. It's about 0.4 of a second slower than us. So yeah, that's quite a big difference. Thought he'd be closer to us than that. Looking at who went out, we have usual suspects. So the 2 Hasses, 2 Alfa Romeos, and the 2 Williams. Looking up just quickly, Antoine Hubert was literally just ever so slightly quicker than us. And yeah, by the looks of it, to get into Q3, we'd need to go about half a second quicker, which we might be able to do. We'll have to see. But anyway, let's head to Q2. So here we are in our first run in Q2 rather. And we're on a used set of softs, so we're not going to put in our best lap time, but I just wanted to get one in and just get a rough feel of where we are. So we cross the line and we do a 135.2, which puts us 16th, so currently last. And Kvyat has gone quite a bit quicker actually. We've done a 134.8, which actually I think, what did we do last time? A 134.6. So he's closer to where we were last time, but we currently need to get into Q3. We need to go about 0.7 quicker than we currently just did. Obviously, we will get some time back, maybe 2 or 3 tenths, because we won't be on a used set. So again, it's about half a second quicker we need to go than we currently are. Is that doable? I don't know. We'll really have to see. Okay, so here we go for our last attempt in Q2. Not a bad exit of that last corner rather. So we're already currently up, as you can see, with green on the sector time. And yeah, so you can cut that second corner a little bit, and then you want to go as wide as possible, and then cut in, and then you want to cut this one. See, I've cut that too much. See, I bottomed out a little bit, so I slid. So I actually lost a little bit of time, although I'm up 0.3. You definitely can go quicker. If you slide, you're going to go a little bit slower. So don't cut it as much as I did that time. Again, we should be able to cut this one. Didn't cut that enough. Cut that one probably a little bit too much. We bounced over that, but I've gone wider this time. Though I probably could have gone wider than I did. See, yeah, not that great. We wanted to straight line that more. So we are up a lot actually. We're up 0.7. So currently, how much should I say? I think we're close. If we can have a decent lap at the end of the lap through the S's, we might be all right. But yeah, we could have gone quicker down there for sure, as the exit wasn't great, so we're going to be slower down that long straight we just did. Didn't slide the car too much there as we short shifted through, so we're still currently up nearly 0.8. Just before the 50 metres, gone a little bit wide, that's a little bit ragged. Up nearly 0.9. Going through the S's, all you want to do here is basically just look as far forward as possible and just position the car as best as you can through there really. Oh, got away without bottoming that out then. But we are currently down. Though we're back up to 0.8. This is going to be close. Up 0.9. We just need to get over the line now. Oh no, we've hit the inside. Oh, we lost our front wing. Oh no, I think we lost like about 0.2 of a second there. Oh, P11. I wonder how close that is. I reckon that's really close, you know. Oh, that is about 3/10 of a second. 2.5 tenths of a second. So we may have knocked Sergio out there. But actually, think about it. P11 is almost perfect for us, because if we did get into the top 10, I think we would have qualified 10th anyway. So all we've done is basically given us a chance in the race to actually get even more points, because we can do our own strategy basically, because we have free tyre choice. So that's actually worked out all right. Looking at who else went out is pretty much what we expected. The 2 Rocket Racing cars, the 2 Ferraris, and the 2 Alfa Tauris. Just looking at Kvyat though, he was again about 0.4 behind us. So yeah, Danny should be able to go a bit quicker than that really. And hopefully he has a decent race, possibly getting points. That would be pretty cool if we could both score, but we'll have to see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, drop a like on it as it always helps us out. If you didn't enjoy it, you can always drop a dislike, I won't be offended. And if you want to see more content like this by me, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Oh, and I almost forgot, if you want to say hi or you've got any questions about anything, let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, that's going to wrap this one up. Alrighty then, I've been Jumbo and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the race.